Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Mock Draft Guy YouTube channel. And today we are rolling right along with our 7-round 2023 team mock drafts. It is one that I've been anticipating for quite some time now. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers that we are up to now. So as you see right here, we are up to pick number 17. I have not done 17 teams yet. I am doing everything in order. I've skipped a couple teams. I skipped the Eagles because they were in the Super Bowl at the time the number 10 pick was around. And then the Green Bay Packers I skipped as well because I want to see what happens with the Aaron Rodgers situation. And then the Houston Texans had 2 picks inside the first 12. So really, this is team 14 of 32. We are rolling right along here. I'm really, really happy with the results of this series so far. So without further ado, Steelers fans, let's dive into it. First and foremost, I think there's one of 2 positions that the Steelers could really, really attack in the first round. And that's got to be corner, and that's got to be offensive line, whether that be a tackle, whether that be interior, a guard, a center, whatever it may be. I'm thinking more cornerback, though. I know this cornerback class is pretty star-studded, pretty deep as well. So some might argue, well, go with a tackle in round 1 and then a cornerback in round 2. That may be true. But when someone like Cam Smith is still on the board, who is outright one of the best cover cornerbacks in the entire class, he's probably my CB4 right now. I'd say I'd have Gonzalez, Witherspoon, Porter Jr. So he's my CB4 right now. I think that this would be a tremendous get for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have really, really been looking for that number 1 type of cornerback for quite some time now. It feels like ever since the early days of Joe Hayden in Pittsburgh, it really seems like they're missing that true number 1 cornerback. So I'm going to take Cam Smith with the number 17 overall pick. And then thanks to the Chicago Bears, they technically have another first-round pick, but number 32 is really a second-round pick this year. So that's definitely early enough to get a quality tackle that could start right away. So I'm going Cam Smith at number 17. Like I said, here with pick number 32, we're going to roll right into the other huge need that I think the Pittsburgh Steelers should be done and dusted with right away with the first 2 picks, and that's the tackle position. I know some Steelers fans are going to argue that in the second half of the season, the offensive line played a lot better. That might be true, but that's no reason why you shouldn't upgrade, especially if the talent is on the board, whether that be in free agency, whether that be via trade. But if we're doing mock drafts right now, and what I've seen from the Pittsburgh Steelers roster, Anton Harrison is an immediate day 1 starter and a huge upgrade over any tackle that the Steelers have on their roster. 6'5", 315 pounds. For a while, for me, he was the best pass blocking tackle in the entire class. Now I think Broderick Jones has kind of moved himself into number 1, but Anton Harrison is firmly there at number 2 as the best pass blocking tackle in the entire class. I think he'd be a great fit here, and he'd immediately slot in, whether it be right tackle, left tackle, whatever the Pittsburgh Steelers need him to do. He is versatile in that front, and I think it would be an absolute home run for the Pittsburgh Steelers if they could run away with a cornerback and an offensive tackle of these calibers in the first 2 picks. Then with the Steelers' next pick at number 49 overall, I'm going to address the linebacking situation that they have here. Noah Sewell is on the board. I've heard some really conflicting things about Noah Sewell. Some people think that he is a bona fide end of the first round talent. Some people don't see him being picked until round 3 or round 4. I'm one of those guys that's kind of in the middle. I definitely don't think he's a first round talent. I think he's somewhere in early day 2, and this is where he falls. I think this is a perfect situation for him. 6'2", 253 pounds. He can do a little bit of everything. He has 7.5 career sacks. He's got 2 interceptions. He's a tackling machine. He's a great downhill run stuffing linebacker, and I feel like that's exactly what the Pittsburgh Steelers need right now with the way that their roster is constructed. I think he'd be a fantastic pick at pick number 49. I think you're getting some great value here. A linebacker that could be as high as the end of the first round, you're getting in the middle of the second. So I think it would be a great addition, and you got to kind of pull the trigger if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers right here. Then at pick number 80 in the 3rd round of the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm going to address the defensive line. Definitely can use a little bit of depth, a little bit of an upgrade. And there's one player that is still sitting here on the board at number 80 who I thought of at pick number 49. So let me just preface this by saying I don't really know on draft day or during the draft process he'll be here at number 80, but you never know. We always think that some prospects are going to go higher than they really do. You know, a lot of people go a lot lower than we think as well. You never really know what these teams are thinking, but if he's here at this point, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers should be sprinting up to the stage to make that pick. And for me, that's Keanu Benton, 6'4", 315 pounds, could really add some meat and potatoes in the interior of that defensive line, really plug up those running gaps. I think he would be an excellent addition next to Cam Hayward or in a rotation on that defensive line. I think it would be a slam dunk here at number 80 if Keanu Benton's on the board. And this is turning into one of the best drafts that I've done so far, 4 picks in for sure. At pick number 120 here in the 4th round, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the plunge for the Pittsburgh Steelers because I look at him and I just see him as a Pittsburgh Steelers player. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys that are watching. Please let me know if it does. I could just see the dude in black and yellow, black and gold, whatever you guys want to call it. I really don't care. I'm going Tank Dell with this pick at number 120. I know he's 5'10", and he's 165, 170 pounds, whatever it may be. But if you watched any of his tape during the Senior Bowl or over the last 2 seasons, the guy just knows how to win at the line of scrimmage. He has an insane release package. And I think that a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, Pat Freiermuth, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, you put Tank Dell in the middle of those guys, watch him do wonders. I'm going Tank Dell at number 120 here. At pick number 236, there is a massive gap between picks. I didn't even realize it until just now. But I fully expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to possibly make a trade, maybe some kind of pick swap to get another pick in between here. But I'm working with what I got here right now. At pick number 236, I'm going to go with a little bit of interior offensive line depth here with Aseem Richards. This guy, a lot of appeal anywhere on the offensive line. He's got great size, 6'4", 325 pounds. He played some tackle at North Carolina. I definitely see him more as a guard at the next level, and clearly this draft engine does as well. I think he'd be a great addition as kind of like a guy that you need to throw in there as a spot starter. I think he'll do a great job. He could honestly take over one of those interior offensive line spots at some point in his career. I think he's being massively underrated throughout this draft process. I think it'd be a great pick here at 236. And then with the Steelers' last pick at 243, I'm going to go with a little bit of a project here. As I know, BJ Thompson is listed as an edge rusher, but at 6'6", 210 pounds, you, sir, are not an edge rusher. You're not even really an outside linebacker at that point. You kind of seem like a really, really tall safety at that point. But edge rusher from Stephen F. Austin, he had a really, really great East-West Shrine game. I think that he has definitely rose his draft stock. I didn't even really know too much about him, to be honest with you, until I watched the highlights from the East-West Shrine game. And this is why these games are relevant. This is how you get to know some of these smaller school guys. And in the 7th round, this is where you take a project. If you could take someone with the athleticism of BJ Thompson here in round 7, and you could potentially mold him into whatever you want him to be on your defense, a hybrid linebacker, a hybrid safety, edge rusher, whatever it may be, this is the time to take those picks. So I'm going to take him here at 243. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say, without a doubt, this is my favorite class of any team that I've done so far. I've mulled around with a few picks for other teams, and some things have come out really, really great. This, I feel like, would be an absolutely amazing dream scenario for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, that's just me. I'm not even a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but I think that this would be an incredible draft class for them. I think we nailed as many needs as possible with 7 picks. And I think they got some great value up and down the board. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please leave a comment, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said in previous videos, we are rolling right along with these videos all the way through draft season. And then even beyond, we're doing redrafts, we're doing 2024 player profiles, got a ton of stuff planned and ready to go. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one.